Hello, and thank you so much for joining us on another edition of McAllen News Update. I'm Leah Yades.
And I'm Roy Cantu. Big congratulations to one of McAllen's own for being appointed by Governor Greg Abbott to a state board. Norma Yadav of McAllen is the chief building official for the city of McAllen. Yadav was appointed by the governor to the Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners for a term set to expire in September 2028. The board licenses master plumbers, journeymen, plumbers, and plumbing inspectors. Yadav is a member of the Rio Grande Valley Builders Association Incorporated. Additionally, she is the former president of the Valley Building Officials Association and a former committee member of STC Electrical Advisory Committee. Yadav also received a degree in facility maintenance from South Texas College.
Once again, the city of McAllen is named one of the top 10 safest cities in America. Ranking 6th safest city in the United States, this recognition from smartassets.com analyzes data from 200 cities across the United States considering 5 metrics: violent crime rate, property crime rate, vehicular mortality rate, drug poisoning mortality rate, and percentage of the population engaging in excessive drinking. In 2020, the city of McAllen was ranked number 9 safest city in this same survey. At the end of 2021, the city of McAllen recorded the lowest crime rate in 37 years. McAllen Police Chief Victor Rodriguez states that this reduction in crime has been a collective effort together with the community. Also, another recognition for the city of McAllen as it earns top ranking for remote workers. McAllen was ranked number 3 in the nation and number 1 for medium-sized cities for best Zoom towns according to ownerly.com. The website analyzed 445 cities across the nation and their remote working environment according to these metrics: rent and housing prices, cost of living, safety data, level of broadband and free Wi-Fi coverage, cost and availability of childcare, and restaurants and working spaces. McAllen earned an overall score of 71.4. Key to McAllen's high ranking was the recently created free Wi-Fi hotspots available throughout the city, as well as offering good choices for home broadband services.
There's one more of McAllen's own making state headlines. Stephen Casados, the City of McAllen's Director of Environmental Health and Code Enforcement, has been appointed as the presiding officer of the Registered Sanitarian Advisory Committee. The Texas Commission of Licensing and Regulation appointed Casados to a 2-year term as a presiding officer to the department's Registered Sanitarian Advisory Committee. TDLR officials say they rely on the expertise of its advisory board members to ensure that the agency can maintain its success.
Congratulations to the McAllen Public Library as they earned the Texas Library Association Branding Iron Award. The mission of TLA is to empower library personnel and supporters to develop library excellence for the people in Texas. In total, there were 29 entries across 5 categories for excellence in creative marketing and public relations projects. The library's Wild West Casino fundraiser entry, which directly supported South Texas Book Festival, won Best in Show.
Get your sneakers on. The McAllen Marathon is offering a series of runs this year. Starting in May, the McAllen Marathon Scott Crane Running Series kicks off with the Cinco de Mayo run on May 7. The McAllen Marathon Series continues with other fun runs like the Independence Day 4K on the 4th of July, Neon Nights 5K at the end of July, Fright Night 5K in October, Turkey Trot in November, and the McAllen Marathon in January. For more information and registration, go to McAllenMarathon.com.
With more on sports, the city of McAllen is excited to announce they will be hosting the 2022 Pony International Girls Softball World Series. This international event will bring exposure and growth to the city of McAllen. This 4-day tournament and college showcase will feature 3 divisions and will be held at the McAllen Youth Softball Complex. We talked to Commissioner Tony Aguirre on his perspective.
That's something for us to be real proud of, because being raised in McAllen and seeing us grow and the progress, and now inviting so many people from all over the Caribbean, Mexico, and in the United States coming and having an international tournament. We're expecting over 100 teams to be here, and tremendous amount of growth, but more the exposure of McAllen, of this area, of this beautiful Rio Grande Valley.
Heriberto Manrique, board president for the McAllen Boys and Girls Club, tells us how this event will help McAllen prosper.
It's an investment in our community. Therefore, the places like the hotels and the services for all of our vendors and our restaurants and anywhere that they're visiting, they're going to have an opportunity to receive all this extra investment that that these nations are bringing in as well.
We encourage everyone to come out July 20th through the 24th to support all teams. You can go to pony.org for more information.
The McAllen Heritage Center officially inaugurates facility improvements, unveiling a colorful selfie wall. At a ribbon-cutting ceremony, museum officials, city leaders, and residents celebrated the center's new improvements. The building's facade received a facelift, including landscaping with native plants, pavers, lighting, bench replacement, paint, and a new selfie wall mural.
We consider ourselves the jewel of downtown, a historic landmark, and we wanted to create positive vibes for the downtown area. We want people to feel proud of our downtown.
This building inside really tells that story of who we have been and where we've been. And so it's so important that we continue to grow and to ensure that our young ones, as was mentioned earlier, get to see this history.
The new mural was commissioned to local artist Lupe Hernandez. The artwork features iconic McAllen landmarks and symbols, and even depicts the museum when it was at the city's post office.
A special wish comes true for a local hero. Eric, a 6-year-old boy battling with leukemia, wished for an adaptable stroller, and the city of McAllen, together with Make-A-Wish Rio Grande Valley, made it happen. Research shows that wishes can improve a child's quality of life and produce better health outcomes. When a wish is granted, a child replaces fear with confidence, anxiety with hope, and sadness with joy. Mayor Villalobos also proclaimed April 29th as World Wish Day in McAllen, in recognition of the anniversary of Chris Gracia's wish that inspired the founding of Make-A-Wish.
If you're looking for a job, the City of McAllen is looking for some great candidates. The City of McAllen Human Resources Department held its quarterly hiring event at the McAllen Convention Center in April. The city is looking for qualified candidates for several different departments: McAllen Police Department, McAllen International Airport, McAllen Public Library, McAllen Parks and Recreation, McAllen Public Utility, and many more.
So make sure that your application is complete. Provide as much detail as possible. It always helps to include a resume. It's not required, but it definitely helps, and it helps you to stand out. And then call us with questions if you get stuck on something. Call us, and that always helps square away any issues or questions that they may have.
If you have questions, contact Human Resources at 956-681-1045. You can look for jobs online at mcallen.net/jobs and submit your application too. The Human Resources Department plans to continue to host hiring events every quarter. By the way, several people who interviewed with hiring managers at the event were able to walk away with a job with the City of McAllen.
Here's a recap of this year's McAllen Public Utility Night Out. MPU's annual Night Out was a super event that focused on teaching attendees how McAllen's water and wastewater systems work. At this annual Night Out, families were able to enjoy food, entertainment, and fun activities. Charles Amos, Board of Trustees Chairman, says this is their opportunity to give back and reach the community.
The most important aspect of this is the outreach into the community, making ourselves available for the general public. They have a question, they have a little fun for kids. We have all of these types of things that we're trying to build that relationship with our customers.
Mark Vega, MPU's general manager, says this event lets residents know what they do for them and how they get the job done.
Most people don't realize what goes into their utility services. So most people, if you're like me, you pay your utility bill once a month, but you have no idea where that money goes. And so that's why this event is so important, because every single McAllen Public Utility Department is here with personnel, with their booths, and so they're here to explain to the public what you're paying for in that utility bill. Now, when I say utility bill, there's 6 components to the bill. Water and sewer is only 2. 4 of the other 4 are city. And so that, there's drainage fees, there's sanitation, there's brush collection, there's recycling fee. So, a lot of folks think the utility bill is just water and sewer, and it's not. So, but we want to show the citizens what the water and sewer McAllen Public Utility does for the city, for them, for the businesses, for schools, for everybody.
For more information on McAllen's public utility, you can call them at 956-681-1600.
Keep McAllen Beautiful calls annual city cleanup a success. Keep McAllen Beautiful has only appreciation for the hundreds of volunteers who helped in this year's Great American Cleanup and Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off. KMB says 884 volunteers fanned out across the city in April to clean and pick up trash. The city of McAllen calculates more than 1.33 tons of trash was collected by the volunteers in a 4-hour window. If you missed this year's event, you can always call Keep McAllen Beautiful for volunteering opportunities at 956-681-4562.
Keep McAllen Beautiful is also kicking into gear their annual Paint McAllen Beautiful project. A freshly painted home helps beautify the neighborhood and lifts the spirits of those who reside there. So if you're a McAllen resident that owns a home and are of low income, elderly, or disabled, you are invited to apply. Keep McAllen Beautiful funds the paint and supplies for the project, as well as providing volunteer painters. Qualifying applicants will have their home painted free of charge. If you or someone you know would like to obtain an application to be considered for the project, please contact Keep McAllen Beautiful at 956-681-4562. You can also pick up an application here at the McAllen City Hall or at McAllen Chamber of Commerce.
The city of McAllen is waiting to see what Washington, D.C. decides on Title 42. In a statement, McAllen Mayor Javier Villalobos has urged the Biden administration to reconsider the announced plan to lift Title 42 protections on May 23, 2022. Given the continued threat of COVID-19, especially with the spread of the BA.2 variant, Mayor Villalobos encouraged President Biden to prioritize the health and safety of Americans. Should the Biden administration lift the Title 42 policies originally implemented in March 2020 to combat the spread of COVID-19, the city of McAllen expects an incredible increase in the number of immigrants attempting to cross the southern border. U.S. Customs and Border Protection reported more than 400,000 total encounters with immigrants in 2020 and more than 1.6 million in 2021. As of today, encounters in 2022 have already reached more than 800,000, surpassing 2020 numbers and almost certain to surpass last year as well. McAllen will remain proactive and prepared and working with its partner Catholic Charities to respond to the migrant asylum seekers in our community, but continues to call on the federal government to craft and implement sound immigration policies.
If you're a small business owner, listen up. The City of McAllen and Lift Fund are offering 0% interest loans to support small businesses and startups. Loan amounts will vary based on the size and need of the business, and the funds may be used for working capital, payroll, equipment, inventory, and other business-related purposes. The 0% interest loan program is available to eligible applicants located in the City of McAllen and until funding is exhausted. Business owners can begin the application process by visiting liftfund.com/McAllen 0% loans.
And before we go, there's some great news for McAllen residents. The City of McAllen held 2 separate graduation ceremonies for the McAllen Police Department and the McAllen Fire Department. 9 police cadets have joined the ranks of the McAllen Police Department. The Police Academy is a 25-week program designed to provide instruction and to prepare cadets for the State Peace Officer licensing exams. The McAllen Fire Department's Fire and EMS Academy 21 Alpha class has 10 new firefighters that went through an 8-month Fire EMS Academy. We would like to congratulate both classes for a job well done. After all that studying and training, you can be sure they are eager to start their careers in McAllen. That's going to do it for us here. Thank you so much for watching. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.
And I'm Leah Yades. See you next time.